Let's talk about people pleasing and why it doesn't serve your authentic self, right? We need to remove this facade. We need to remove this act, this fakeness of wanting, seeking approval from others, because it's our life and we need to live life on our terms. And something that I always remind myself is that if you're forcing harmony with someone else, with someone, you're gonna be having a lot of disharmony within yourself. You're gonna say, oh, why did I say that? Now I have to commit to that. And why did I overextend myself? Now I feel, like I'm oversharing, or I'm over vulnerable, or I don't feel like this is my authentic, true essence, true self. I feel like I'm kind of bending myself to kind of appease this person. So whenever I'm in that position, I always think like, let me pause, because a lot of times I answer too quickly when I'm talking to people. So it's important to just give yourself time to respond to people. I know that when I'm communicating with others, right, you want to kind of give that person that answer right away, or let them know, yes them, right? You want to give them what they want to hear, sort of thing. Because, a lot of us, we wear our heart on our sleeve. We're super nice. We're super kind, but in a way that we don't do ourselves justice, and we kind of put ourselves on the back burner, and we kind of forget about ourselves. But you have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries. And really the reason I created True Essence candle, the candle that I have burning right here, it has amazonite, cloves, cedarwood. It really is about removing that self-doubt that you're not enough, that you have to overcompensate, that just being yourself, that's more than enough. And you kind of see, well, what are other people doing? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fit in, and I'm gonna be like them, so they accept me. And it's not about other people accepting you. It's about you accepting you. You're accepting yourself, right? So with True Essence, it really is about self-awareness and accepting yourself, and knowing that you are enough, and that you don't have to put on this facade. Because once you start to become someone you're not, once you start to pretend to be someone you're not, you're going to be attracting things that aren't meant for you. And that's not a good place to be. The universe is picking up on your words. It's picking up on, if you have this sense of desperation, this sense of reassurance, of neediness with people, it's going to pick up on that. The people are going to pick up on that. You're going to feel in a state of lack. And it's just not a good place to be, Yeah, a lot of this too, like what I'm talking about, at least for me, and I hope it at least helps one person, but is really like, it's about your communication, your words, but also the way that you stand, and also giving yourself enough time to respond. Because I know for me with communication, a lot of times I'll find myself answering the question before I can even kind of let it marinate and kind of think about it. Well, is that really what I want to say? Or am I saying that because I want their approval, right? So give yourself time when you're speaking to others, but also have body language that is empowering. For me, like something that is a game changer, and it's so simple, but it's just to take up more room when you stand, right? And you don't have to stand like this like macho man, like sort of thing. But a lot of times when I noticed that when I was around people, I would just get very small, not only with my communication but with my body, and kind of like hunch over and be very small. And by taking up space, by pausing, you don't have to answer them right away. You're really letting people know you're your own person. You're not easily persuaded. You're not easily coerced. You're not going to be manipulated by their words. And a lot of that comes with just saying no, and also ending conversations that you don't want to be in too. There's been so many times where I'll do an event and someone will literally just ambush me and ask me 20 questions just about myself, well, how old are you, and how did you start doing this, and you know, and it's kind of like you feel like ambushed and bombarded with it, where, you know, you want to just like answer all the questions and like you're sure like they mean well, but at the same time you have to be assertive and you have to just say to yourself, well, like, how am I gonna feel after this conversation? If I answer all their questions, they walk away, and then I'm just gonna feel like kind of like depleted and exhausted, like I overshared, or like feeling vulnerable, or feeling like, you know, I don't know you. I don't want to have an intimate conversation about my personal life. I'm not ready for that, you know, and I'm not comfortable there. I'm not comfortable yet with it. And, you know, you have to allow yourself to just be okay with that. Be okay with someone not being okay about your response, because in the end of the day, do you want to make them happy or do you want to make yourself happy, right? So think about all of this. Let me know in the comments what you think. What are you going through right now with communication? Because communication, the throat chakra, right, Amazonite really connects with that. So it's the stone of truth, communication, and courage. So lighting this candle, you start to meditate, you start to think about your relationship with yourself, your authentic self, putting yourself out there, communication, situations that only you know about, right? And the beauty in like the candles and the soaps and stuff like that, and the bath salts and the sprays, which are coming very soon, but it really allows yourself to do the work, like unlock a lot of questions. Because maybe in day 1, day 2, day 3 of lighting the candle or using the soap, maybe you think it's silly, or oh, this is not working, I'm saying the affirmation and I'm delving deep into my personal development. Maybe it doesn't happen, but maybe after day 18, day 20, you start to realize, well, you know what, I remember that conversation I had, and you know, I'm gonna try this in the real world. I'm actually gonna try this when I'm speaking with someone, maybe just standing taller, maybe talking slower, maybe saying, no, I'm not comfortable, and you know, see how that feels. Because I know for me, like, that was something difficult. Like, it would make me cringe. I would be like, well, what will they say? What will they think? You know, and you kind of put people on a pedestal with that mindset, and you're like, I just want to make everyone happy. And by making everyone happy and putting everyone on a pedestal and putting yourself on the back burner, you're literally, you have to go home with yourself and your thoughts, and you have to say, well, oh man, now you feel bad, right? So this stuff, it really works. It's gradual, you know, like anything in life, you know, our programming, our conditioning, you know, it's about unlearning and then relearning, and really like removing this baggage and this way that just because we've always done something this way, or well, that's just how I talk, I'm just a really like happy-go-lucky person, I'm really nice, I'm really kind. You can still be kind and still have boundaries and still be assertive when you communicate. You know, it doesn't have to be exclusive. And that's the thing too, is that a lot of us, you know, we think that it's like one extreme to the next, and it's really not. So think about the familiarity that you have right now with, you know, just because it's familiar doesn't mean that it's good. And I always say this, and it always reminds me, because breaking away from bad habits, breaking away from negative thinking patterns, tendencies that don't serve you, it can be difficult because you're so used to it and it's so familiar. And a lot of us, you know, say, well, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been saying this for 20 years. You know, and you got to ask yourself, well, how is that working out? Is it time for a change? Is it time for a change in your mindset? So let me know in the comments what you think, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at LifeStoneUSA, and until the next time, peace and gratitude.